Okay, welcome to day 3 of the 5-day racial equity challenge. I'm trying to be a little less animated today because I'm in the car and I don't have a lot of time to record this video and it's so hot. Okay, so before we get into today's topic, I want to harken back to yesterday's topic ever so briefly. Yesterday we talked about harm swapping and the danger of harm swapping. We talked about like self-deprecating and why we shouldn't do that, ladies. We can't self-deprecate in the name of racial equity. And we also talked about like the dangers of being sucked into, maybe I'll call it the sunken place, where, you know, you just start feeling so much guilt and so much shame because of what has happened to Black people at the hands of white people historically and even today. You could easily feel like it is somehow your fault. And I don't know, maybe it is all of our faults. In as much as we stay in our default inertia, perhaps we're all responsible. Listen, guilt, shame, super understandable, must be managed. Self-deprecation won't work here. Harm swapping, entirely irrelevant and ineffectual, if I'm honest, right? To do racial equity work, you have to be as whole as possible. Meaning you can't hate yourself at the same time you're trying to help people understand these principles. You can't be trying to manage that. You can't be in a place of brokenness on those kinds of topics and the fundamental issue of valuing who you are in the name of trying to help people value other people. It just doesn't work psychologically. So we really have to manage that. I'm going to be talking more about like some of the attributes that we need to think about in terms of who we are in advancing racial equity in another series. More to come on that. Okay, so for today's topic, let's get into it. We are going to be focusing on 3 social media accounts you have to follow. You have to follow in order to become learned and astute and well-versed and well-prepared and super understanding in your racial equity work. 3 social media accounts. Now, they're all 3 on Instagram, not on TikTok. So I don't know if TikTok like will not show it or ban it, this video, because I'm not pumping TikTok stuff. I don't know. I guess we'll see. All right. Social media account number 1, African Archives. It's so good. There's so much richness here. History is so important. We don't learn it. People call this thing CRT so that we can have something to hate, so that we can ban it, so that it can become subject to political folly. History is important to know what has happened. This is a great social media account to really understand it. Follow it. Social media account number 2, Your Rights Camp. This is fantastic. Another great social media account that blends kind of the old and the new. Lots of the new, just kind of helping us to orient ourselves around the narrative, the realities, the stories, the lived experience of people who don't look like the majority of the current United States. Actually, the majority is Black and brown, so never mind. The reality of people who aren't white. Follow it. Social media account number 3, Attorney Ben Crump. He is a civil rights attorney. You might have heard his name. He is absolutely fantastic, a stalwart on this planet who is ever committed to advancing all things that are right with a capital R and unapologetic in doing so. This is a great social media account to follow when you really want to understand what civil rights, human right violations, Black people specifically, are still having to manage, still having to endure. So Attorney Ben Crump is a wonderful, wonderful leader and legal scholar and someone who can give you some great insights into current day realities impacting Black and brown people. That's not part of your day-to-day kind of everyday understanding of Black and brown lived experience. Unless, of course, you're Black or brown. Okay, so I said we're going to do 3, and then I picked a 4th one because Joy Ann Reid, my God. Just an amazing, amazing human being. She happens to be my soror. We're in the same sorority. Not that that's relevant, but I just like to do that little shout out. Joy Ann Reid, wonderful political commentator. She had her own show. You probably have seen it. The Readout, just amazing, amazing thought leader and scholar in her own right. Brilliant woman who gives an incredible understanding of what the political and policy rooted implications are associated with the current day shenanigans, God, in our country. Great account to follow. So get after that one too. All right, so I think that's it for today. I'm going to drop the links to each of those social media accounts in the comment. Nope. Anyway, in the thing when I post it, I'm going to put it in the post. So y'all just click them or you can see them. It's been great. I'm so excited to be on this journey with you ladies. Thank you for tuning in to day 3 and we'll see you tomorrow.